Let's get right to it. President Obama and Governor Romney squaring off in that second big debate on Tuesday night. Just 20 days to go until the final votes. It is your voice, your vote, and ABC's Jake Tapper was inside the debate hall at Hofstra University on Long Island last night, and he's here with us this morning with all the highlights. Good morning, Jake.
Good morning, Elizabeth. Boy, it was intense inside the room. There was a palpable sense of dislike as the candidates challenged one another over and over.
The president didn't even take the time to say hello to the first questioner before going on the attack just 42 seconds into his first answer.
Governor Romney said we should let Detroit go bankrupt.
And that's how it went all night.
What Governor Romney said just isn't true. Not true, Governor Romney. It's just not true.
But Romney pushed back, going after the president as well.
When you say that I wanted to take the auto industry bankrupt, you actually did.
Though sometimes Romney seemed to be fighting the moderator, Candy Crowley, over the rules just as often.
And we were
I came back to what you spoke about.
I do want to make sure
if I could have you sit down, Governor Romney, thank you.
The candidates exchanged blows like two heavyweight prize fighters.
Mr. President, have you looked at your pension?
You know, I don't look at my pension. It's not as big as yours, so it doesn't take as long.
Let me give you some.
Stepping all over each other at risk of ignoring the undecided voters in the room and all over the country.
You'll get your chance in a moment. I'm still speaking. And the answer is I don't believe people think that's the case because that wasn't a question.
Okay.
That was a statement.
Romney campaign officials say they feel good about where their candidate was on the economy.
Well, what you're seeing in this country is 23 million people struggling to find a job. The president's policies have been exercised over the last 4 years, and they haven't put Americans back to work.
Though when Romney talked about recruiting women to work for his cabinet as Massachusetts governor, there was this interesting turn of phrase.
I went to a number of women's groups and said, can you help us find folks? And they brought us whole binders full of women.
Perhaps one of the most intense moments of the night came when discussing the terrorist attack in Libya.
I want to make sure we get that for the record, because it took the president 14 days before he called the attack in Benghazi an act of terror.
Get the transcript.
He did, in fact, sir. So let me call it an act of terror.
Can you say that a little louder, Candy?
He did call it an act of terror.
And because the president won the coin toss and had the final word, he was able to bring up the controversial 47% comment, and Romney could not respond.
When he said behind closed doors that 47% of the country considered themselves victims who refused personal responsibility, think about who he was talking about.
Now, to go back to that question about what the president said the day after the Benghazi attack, he said, quote, no acts of terror will ever shake the resolve of this great nation. Republicans say, well, that's not a direct reference to Benghazi. Democrats say, of course it is. What are you talking about? The bigger question is, for Romney, do you really want this to be a semantic debate, given the debacle that happened? And for Obama, do you really want to be talking about this at all?
Right, but they're probably going to hear about it Monday night, a foreign policy debate. Jake Tapper, thanks very much.